Hi, John the Van Guy. Another fun project, but it's a sunny day. It's just been pouring with rain, so I set up a temporary cover, but now the sun's come out again, so here we are. Let's get on with it. Today we're doing the brake cable for a Porsche Boxster S. This is 2004, one that lasted 3.2. Now, I must thank Help Me DIY. That's the only video I could find on YouTube where they've actually done this process. Now, he did it on a Boxster and with the engine out, and this is with the engine in. So just to show you what it's like and what to look out for. You don't need to put the Boxster into service mode, which is a nice thing because it poured with rain when I started this. But I'll show you what you find inside. Okay, so the first thing you do, roll back your seats and put the backs back. So you want to get onto the back panel. So let me get the torch. So you get into the back panel by putting the carpet up. You lift the carpet up. I've used a bungee to hold everything up, so that's easy. Then this beautifully shaped metal panel, there it is. 9-10mm bolts holding that in, easy to get off, and then you'll see everything inside with all the fancy pulleys and the serpentine belt. Now, to get into your console, your middle center console piece, lift that up and you'll find in there a rubber mat and a bit of plastic, and that's held on with a T20 screw, a little one at the end. And once you've done that, you'll be able to look inside. And that's where the fun begins. You can see a half moon structure there. Both cables, near side and off side, will be linked into this half moon. Now the half moon sits on a rod which goes to the handbrake. That's the center brass rod. And what you need to do is, what I found the easiest thing to do was to actually there's two bolts on the rod, a locking nut, sorry, two nuts, a locking nut, an ordinary nut, so they're only 13s. Take them off and you can slide this along a little bit and then just lift out obviously the end of the cable goes into that groove. You can see the one stubby bit from the end of the other cable from the offside is just underneath there. So it curves around this half moon. There's a metal plate on here, just a metal clip that actually clips on, hold it in place. The cable goes through a hole there and goes through into this block. Now the block is, the other chap took, I've actually released it as well, only 4 bolts holding it on. They came off quite easily, amazingly. Whether you need to take it off is debatable. You might be able to leave it on and pull out the cable. See that hole at the end? That's where the cable went in from the near side, the one I'm working on. So you might be able to leave it on and it'll just pull through. Anyway, I've taken it off anyway. Easy enough to put back on again. I used a socket to get down there. So then you trace, the cable traces down here, right through on a curve. And I'll show you the cable because now I've got it out and the position of it. So I don't need that torch. So this is the cable. So that was the knobbly end, went inside the car. That's one end. This was a little protector was on there, rubber protector or sponge protector, which was strapped to that bar, and it just curved around and went into the back of this back plate for the brakes. Now there's a hole there. It came through there. When it comes through there, that's the end of it. And you see that was the problem. Snapped off. I'll show you the new one in a minute. Now, at the back of the plate, you've got this metal rod. It's a hollow tube, metal hollow tube, which seems to be sweated in to the back of this of the hub. So you leave that in, you don't need to take that out. The actual end, you should be able to, a bit of jiggery pokery, just be able to actually pull it through, which I did in the end. faffing about a bit, but it did pull through in the end. So the other one, the new one, hopefully should just go through there, and I can connect it in to the swivel unit, which on which the brake shoes engage. Now because I don't even remember from the other video, when I took all this apart, everything was in pieces. The springs I've had to replace, at least the 2 retaining springs, which cost a fortune. They're ridiculous for the S. They're up to about £40 or more. The retaining springs, I got 2 for 42, I think, or £40. Of course, they're different from the S. The 2.7 and 2.5, but the S they're different, of course, and more expensive. So as for the actual cable itself, shopped around, and if you go to any of the Porsche main dealers, you actually end up paying a lot. What do you expect? I think one of these cables is over £100, £102. This one from is it Heritage Volkswagen, or Volkswagen Heritage, is £26. So you can shop around and get them on, and it looks the same as the old one. And of course that's the end, which is broken. So hopefully I should be able to put everything back the way I took it out. We will see. But so far, so good, and the sun's shining. So what more could you ask for, except a cup of coffee, which was coming up for that. Okay, thanks very much.